So this actual ticket has been decided that I'm going to sing. So here we go. And a one, and a two, and a 1, 2, 3, go. Adam Cole and the babies. 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 That was great. Good party for life. Good party for life.
What's going on, everybody? It's been a while. It's been a long time, but we're back. Well, I'm back. My name is Neeson from THS Wrestling, and I'm solo right now, but I brought a special guest. That's right. She is the host of Turntable Talk on Tuesdays at 3:45 Western. The only time you need to worry about 6:45 Eastern. I'm looking at her in the waiting room right now to make sure that I'm not getting that time wrong. And she is the host on Black Wrestling Pod. She also other things. I'm looking at her again. Am I missing something? Shake your head. Yes or no? Nope. Yes. Maybe. Yeah. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, please give it up for Miss Mimi.
What's good? What's good, y'all? What's good?
Pingle will be joining us later, but I have a special tag team partner today to break down night one of WWE's Draft. And if you follow her on Twitter, you would know that she is probably the number one fan of the bloodline that consists of Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, right. Solo,
that's right,
and the Usos.
That's right.
No more Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn got kicked out.
That's when you're fraudulent.
Oh wow!
And you're a rat.
Wow!
And you're just unloyal.
Wow!
You know where you got to go.
Speaking of fraudulence, before we get to that, I just want to say one thing. We up, baby. We up. That's right. I just want to let everybody know. That's right. Wait, hold on. Let's just put this comment up there real quick. I see you. This must be Matthew. We're up. We're up, Matthew. Ain't nothing else to say.
I know you didn't put that damn headband on. Idris.
We up. We up. All right. Lakers at 6. It's been the vision. It's been the vision from the start. Lakers in 6. I said it November 9th, 2022. And look at us. Look.
We up.
Y'all
up.
Who would have thought?
Who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk it?
Who? Yeah, me. Enough Laker talk. Lakers at 6 against the Wizards as well. I mean, against the Warriors as well. Let's get into night one of the draft. Let's dive right in. So as we know, and guys, I'm sure you guys either caught it on the socials or you watched it live like I did. The bloodline, well, partial bloodline. Partial. We're talking like blended families. Only one side. Only one side of the bloodline here got chosen for the first draft pick on SmackDown. That's Roman Reigns, Solo, and Paul Heyman. Mimi being the resident presidency gatekeeper of the tribal chiefs,
security guard.
Yeah, clearly of the bloodline. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about the potential? I don't know, cracks, if you will, within the bloodline.
So you and I were at Wale Mania, right? For WrestleMania, going back. Right. Shout out to you because we got
shout out to you being the boss.
Even though we only got to see each other one time, I feel like you the bestie of all besties. Because we texted and talked the whole time. I was in LA for 10 days and saw each other only one time.
Can I just say before you get into your soliloquy about how there's no cracks in the bloodline? There are. You are such a boss. Like, we saw about Wale Mania, guys. Wale Mania, it's a great event. You know, it's a cultural event.
Yes.
all wrestlers, all fans, all people of
heads,
all parts of the culture coming and congregate and just have a great time, drink, take pictures, laugh, puff one. You know, especially in LA, it was crazy. It's a time. But Wale Mania in LA probably wouldn't have been Wale Mania in LA without the young woman sitting to the right of my screen.
No,
she's such a boss. Whoa, pause. This is why. Because every single person I talked to, every single person bumped into you in the back, say you was working, say you was running around, you was doing yada yada. It was you.
It was
the
me
boss that you are.
But it was a bunch of people being
boss.
But
a bunch of people's not on this show right now talking to me.
I hear you.
Them, but I hear what you gotta say. But yeah.
Listen, when they tell me, Mimi, I need your help. Can you run this? I'm a be there. You know, when you reach out and you're like, hey, and if I'm in a position where I could do it, I'm gonna do it.
Did you hear that? When, hey, Mimi, could you run this? You see what I'm saying? Like I didn't
run it. It was a small piece, like small
conversations. That's what. Hey, that's that. If you know,
piece.
You run this, and it's like, all right, bet I can run that. That's what it is. But I just want to, before we get into the bloodline soliloquy, I just had to take time out to give you your flowers on that. You're such an incredible person.
Well, we can't do that. We can't do that unless we give Kaz, Emilio Sparks, Andrea. We got to give Seahawk. We got to give Suzette and all the many people that we are missing. That really I mean, I was in complete awe. I've never been, privy to the back end of it, but I was in awe of such a great, how this show got put together. Yeah. And it was such a great show, which segues into, remember what he said. Remember what Jay said in that interview.
What did Jay say?
There's more chapters coming to the bloodline. And this is the chapter, I'll be honest, I'm afraid of what's about to come. Because number one, when he dedicated that match to the tribal chief, oh my God, I was like, why are you setting yourself up? You got to keep it. It's like betting, right?
Right,
you got it, or Jeopardy, playing Jeopardy. You got to play it safe just in case there's that one inkling where you don't get to where you need to get. And they didn't get to where they needed to get. And we remember what happened in the Thunderdome. I went through it. I went through the emotions of whenever these matches happened. So you went and you dedicated this match and you let y'all lose this match. Which, by the way, I thought that they were going to get those titles back. I really did.
I didn't.
I thought I didn't think that they were going to get it. I think they are going to get them back, but I didn't think that they were going to get them back now. The reason why I didn't think they were going to get them back now is because I just feel like there just needs to be a little bit more time, and it was too evident. I think they are going to get them back, but I think it's going to be a layer where it doesn't matter that they got them back. They lost so many times. They lost on the big stage. They lost with the lick back right here, and they're just going to be obscured. And I'm just ready for the story behind this.
So what story is there with them getting the titles back?
The story is you didn't get it back. You lost it at WrestleMania on the big stage where it matters.
Yeah.
You didn't get it with your lick back.
Some may say,
and now you got it back. Now you got it back. It's like, okay, you lost 2 times. Like, you're a loser. That's how. But that's who the tribal chief is. He jacked up. He throwing them shade right now.
Yeah.
He's petty. He's a petty chief.
One thing about SmackDown that really showed me is that they're really trying to rebuild the tag division, which I'm really happy about.
Yes.
You see LWO, and on both sides, by the way, that what's her name? Dawn and Azadon.
Yes.
Abaddon. I forgot the other person's name in here.
Yeah,
but that tag team.
Yep.
Incredible. Right. So the women's side, I'm really mad they broke up Toxic Attraction just to that could have been another women's tag team to come right up. But on the men's side, you got LWO. Speaking of tag teams, hold on. We got John Pingle that's here. Hey, Pingle.
JP was good.
You look vacation shirt. This is
Folks,
great.
well, I don't know if you heard. I was actually in the WWE Draft, and in a thing that doesn't make any sense at all, I'm a free agent and I can just go to whatever show I want when needed.
That's
so
right.
I'm
you
just
ended up in Cancun
vacation.
like Dylan Brooks. That's right. You ended up in Cancun. Dylan Brooks.
How are we guys doing?
I'm good.
I'm great, man. You know, just smoking on that Memphis pack. You know what I'm saying?
Oh boy.
You had that ready. You had your button on that one, didn't you?
He
had his button on that one.
He told y'all.
Hey. And 6, baby. Anyways.
Nobody listen.
Nobody listens. Nobody listens to me. I don't understand this. All I do here is put adrenaline in your soul. Okay? That's all I do. All right? All I do is put adrenaline in your soul to have you scream. Whoa! That's it.
That was a weak whoa when Tripp said, "Go ahead, say whoa." That wasn't weak at all. Come on. Was your volume down? Your volume's down. Look, we don't want to get into your hate for Cody. Cody saved racism again. We don't want to talk about that. Cody, put Cody on the Mount Rushmore right next. Just take Lincoln's head off and put Cody there. Right,
it's
JP.
the same
that's
thing.
right.
Yeah, he's putting him up there. Kobe did it. Cody did it.
No.
He did. It was
he was acknowledging his tribal chief. That's what he was doing.
Cody. Anyways, talk about the draft. So look, my before I get into the bloodline thing, like I was saying, the tag team division, you have LWO. You have that amazing triple threat match that they had on there. It just proved to me. Plus, you got the Viking Raiders that's off to the side. You have other tag teams that's on the Raw. It proved to me that the Usos now not having the titles and having KO and Sammy with the titles, they could really rebuild this division. And really make it strong. And the Usos don't need the titles anytime soon. No. They don't need to be sniffing them no time soon. So with this new chapter, I think it's a great thing if they maybe are split up. And the only kind of bridge we have between brands is just the communication between the Usos and Roman and Solo. But this also what this gives is Solo his own room to become Solo. Solo could go for a singles title now on his own, you know, on SmackDown. Have the Usos run Raw and have them really be an anchor in that tag division over at Raw. They could go against Sami Zayn maybe through a tournament or through Sami Zayn and KO through a tournament or something. But I think this next chapter is really going to build not only the Usos back as a tag team, but Jay and Jimmy as individuals. And the only bridge that we can get as far as because it's a complete brand split. Like we know now, we know why people weren't there on Fridays because they were in Paris. Like they were sold out. Raw was sold out in a live event on Paris for 4 nights, right? Like
very cool.
When they do brand splits, is because house shows are up. They could split and run 2 completely separate cities on the same days. Yeah. That's when it behind the scenes, that's when they brand split it. It's great guys. That's why they need a champion for that. That's why they need to put somebody over there. That's why Seth Rollins is doing 10 minutes on in silence while they're singing his song, 10 minutes, then 12 minutes, doing a whole Blanks in Paris run over there. If you guys went to the Watch the Throne concert, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Again.
Again, yeah, exactly. Again. Oh, wait, that was amazing. 14 times.
Oh my god.
But with all that said, this is the greatest thing that they could do is split the bloodline up. This is why there are cracks, because why business is good, because why Roman Reigns is the tribal chief, the head of the table. He is that guy, right? Like everything revolves around him. Now you can have everything revolve around everything else that is professional wrestling on the other side of that table, and have Raw be what SmackDown used to be in the early 2000s when it was the famous SmackDown 6 and it was really a wrestling show. Now you have 3 hours could turn it into a wrestling show. And
so are you saying that you don't like the storylines?
I'm saying I don't like the storylines. They get the titles again. I'm not a fan of the bloodline with the titles.
So outside of the titles, you're not a fan of this because you're saying you wanted to go back to being a true wrestling show, like SmackDown's come back to a true wrestling show.
No. I'm saying
because without the titles, there's stories. Is what my point. Regardless if they get the titles or not, there's still like the bloodline storyline still continues.
Correct. I don't want them to have WWE in particular falls into this thing of the title is the story. And that's not it. Like Bloodline is too deep. It's too much equity built. Like we could talk about the pandemic era. We could talk about all this just nuance they have in it. They don't need the titles to be the story. They don't need the titles to be the MacGuffin, right? That's why I'm like,
absolutely.
I don't want the Usos with the title. This is why I didn't want Roman Reigns to actually win at WrestleMania, because I felt like there's so much story in him not winning than there is with him winning, because now it's just like, yeah, I'm fucking Thanos and I did my job and I'm going. Only time I come off my throne is when I feel like it. Like
that's the part that I don't agree with. I agree. Like I see what y'all mean. I see your point in wanting him to drop the title at some point, but I feel like it doesn't mean that there's not a story there. And I get it, because I was just like, okay, maybe it's time, but it's too close to the 1,000 days, right? So I'm like, okay, they want to give him his 1,000 days, and he earned the 1,000 days. He honestly, he did, just like the Usos earned the 500 or 600 days that they had.
Absolutely.
But I feel like just because he had them, just because he still has them, it doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't, like, it's all gone down to the wayside. The only thing that it does is what they shouldn't have done was introduce this new title. Because now, and then they put it on a brand where he's not on. So now it looks like none of y'all could beat Roman. And so now we're going to put this second, because now it's a secondary. Is it a thirdary? Is that the word?
It's not a thirdary.
It feels like it.
It would be a second.
It's a second. So with that, Pingu, my question to you would be, how do you feel about the World Heavyweight title being introduced? And do you feel like it is a constellation title, as Mimi so eloquently tweets about on Twitter constantly?
Yes.
It's weird because we kind of I feel like a lot of us saw this coming, where it's like, I think as soon as the 3 count happened at Mania, it's like, okay, well, we've heard rumors of a brand split. Roman is quite literally beat almost everyone. There are a couple of people that will be fresh on SmackDown, which I'm actually really excited about. Does it feel like a consolation prize? Yeah, it does. And I honestly, I don't think Roman's going to lose until 40.
Really?
Why? Why would, at this point, like, what would be, I feel like we had the biggest thing, which would have been Cody beating him, and he's posing with the belt and crying, and all the fireworks are going all over the place, and Roman's like, I can't believe I just, all that. And that didn't happen. So the next biggest thing we could do would be him losing it at 40. So I would not be surprised if Roman Reigns is champion for another 300 and however many days.
And is that a bad thing?
I don't think it is. No. I don't think it's a bad thing. I do think that the belt on Raw is kind of, I don't think it lessens anything that Roman has done or anything that he will do.
Right.
I think, if anything, I think honestly the funniest thing would be if he wins that belt down the line too.
This is my issue with that. I was trying to wait. I was hoping somebody said that. That's inevitable.
That would be
funny. That is the point. That is the point. That makes it alone a constellation title. Like, it's like, oh, you just made this belt just for Roman Reigns to come down and swipe it up again, so he can now have technically 3 titles he absorbed, and championship reign over 1,000 and blah 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 days, and then you're gonna end up introducing another title that like
they're just gonna keep trying it, and they'll just win all of them, and then it'll be like that Ultimo Dragon picture, but
it won't, because then he's just gonna they're gonna combine the belts so that people aren't carrying around it's do they care? I mean, I know they don't care about legacy because they write it, right? Like the lineage and legacy is the pin is in their hands, so they don't really care about it. So this is my wrestling is still real to me, damn it, fan moment. Cause I'm just like, come on, guys. Like it gets convoluted when you start thinking about just these, like it's called World Heavyweight Champion, WWE World Heavyweight Championship. The other one's called WWE Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship. It's what are we doing? What are we doing?
The Wikipedia page it's just going to be so hard to follow. It already was, honestly, because we just combined a bunch of belts, and then we literally gave Triple H a belt at one point.
Really?
When they reintroduced
the World Heavyweight Championship,
because Raw didn't have a champion, and then Eric Bischoff brought back the big gold belt and literally gave it to Triple H.
Yes. Literally gave it to Triple H.
Wrestling. And so that's why literally nothing matters. It doesn't matter.
Just like this brand split doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, I saw a comment that somebody said, "Oh, how long is this brand split going to last? When are they going to introduce the wild cards?" They literally already did. Like it's already
free agents.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Literally
Did they say
5 minutes.
You have some night or something about a night and you can swap and
so the free agents, they announced the free agents are supposed to go into effect. And Triple H said like on the 6th or like after the draft is over, but he didn't specify that he meant like for night 1 the free agents went into effect on Saturday. So Saturday morning people woke up and then they aired Saturday SmackDown Lowdown, the dumbest name, by the way, the dumbest they could have just called it Smack Talk. I understand that they didn't want to use the same name.
Yeah.
Why?
It was right. It was
their name. Why?
It was right there. It was the dumbest thing. But SmackDown Lowdown, they announced, hey, here's these people that got drafted offline, which I thought was dope that they showed the reactions to the NXT. Like they actually filmed them.
Yeah.
That was amazing. That. And they really need to do like more docs, because that was the best thing about the network was the documentaries. And I know they have some amazing documentary people over there. But then they go, oh, and here's these names of free agents. And by the way, MVP negotiated Omos as a free agent. Like
what? I didn't even see that.
It was the weirdest thing. The weirdest thing. And you have like Ziggler, Ali,
Von Wagner.
Who?
Mike. Yeah, exactly. Who is
a Bob Wagner? I don't even know who that is.
Oh my God, Von Wagner.
Vaughn. I thought he said Bob.
I had no idea. Smack. And wait, I'm sorry, guys.
Either.
Right, Drip. Like
usually Pingo does this. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
I got logged out, guys. Sorry.
Thomas. No, I'm saying like usually he does it because I'm terrible at doing it, so I forget to do it. I did shout out Matthew. I'm assuming this is Matthew because the first thing he said was Lakers suck. And I know that tone. I know that text tone. In 6, baby. In 6. Yeah, come on. Hey, Mimi.
The man, they dropped 40 plus
Mimi,
points. And
don't
he
you
walked
wish
off the court.
you came to the Knicks? Yeah, I want the Knicks and Lakers to be go to the finals. I need that energy.
That'd be great.
I need that energy. I need it.
I just don't want to be disappointed.
Well, you will be, but it's the Knicks. Like, come on. But you guys have a fun fan base now. I think that's one of the things.
Yes,
like your fan base is
on the streets, so they happy. They're not whining.
I love watching it from far away. It's amazing.
Okay,
incredible. I'm sorry. Let's get back.
So the consolation prize.
Yes,
I think yes, but it also I think it depends on the quality of match and who holds it first. Seth Rollins.
I don't want that for Seth Rollins though, because then it shows that he's. I think that card. I think that prize, which we talked about on Black Wrestling this week, should go to somebody that's never gone against Roman.
So Cody. No, I'm just
Austin
kidding.
Theory.
No.
If it goes to Cody, you know what that means.
Theory.
Well, is Austin Theory?
Get out of here. Because he did.
Theory.
He tried it. No, he tried it. He tried it with Roman. He tried to cash in on Roman, remember?
But he didn't go
twice.
But it didn't. He didn't go against Roman.
He tried it.
Austin Theory needs to win the title.
And if they're building him, they can't put him in it right now, right? No,
they should just
going to be a tournament.
Build a bridge and get him out of the building for all I care.
Thank you.
Whoa.
This is
I got a
not...
theory. This guy stinks.
Whoa.
Get the pubes off your face.
Have Cena come back, okay, and win the title. What if that happens? Then it makes sense.
But no. He went against Roman too. It has to go to somebody like Gunther. Somebody like Gunther.
Hey.
Somebody like
the Ring General.
I mean, Seth would be the ideal person too.
I don't want Seth to. No,
it's
Seth.
Bad. It would
Seth
look real
needs
bad.
If it's not Jay, Seth needs to be the one to dethrone Roman. Like it is not. That should not.
Seth does now.
I think Seth should have.
One of my top three. Sorry.
Yeah, it should have been out of anybody, right? Like, and I think your top three. I mean, I know like Jay's in there and Seth's in there, right? Like, I think it should have been those. Either that. If it's not gonna be Jay, honestly, have Jay win the world title for all that cares, right? Like, but Seth should not get that constellation prize. He deserves to be the guy, the face, and dethrone Roman Reigns. Like he's been there. He's gotten over out of spite of not knowing the character that was actually given. It was like hella natural. He's gotten over just by being.
Hold on. What? That character went through 3 or 4 iterations before
that's what I'm saying.
To where it needed to be. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Like the whole time he's like, I don't know what this is, right? It's just like Vince wanted me to be this, so I'm just going to be this, and he had to find it out on the way. And so, but we were able to take that ride with him, right? Like we were able to have that equity in it. And the thing about Cody, and the reason why I didn't want him to win, I did want him to win because I wanted more story from Roman, right? Like I wanted different and take it away. Right. But the reason why I would go against the Cody thing is because he didn't have that equity. Like the same thing as everybody else has been saying, like, why? Like he didn't. Where was the adversity? Where was the build? Where was the story they weren't telling? The story that they were supposed to be telling, they can't tell because it's an AEW story and yada yada yada. Like I understand. Is that what they were saying? Well, they weren't telling the story. Right, the story that they were trying to tell was the dad's story, but what's his adversity? What's Cody's thing? And they kept saying like he left and he had to go start, his own, become a rival, and he was Stardust, and like these are the things they kept saying over through these packages and over like commentary. Like now you come back, the prodigal son is here to finish the story, and it's like. Okay.
And now you're on another brand and you can't finish the story.
So exactly.
I think what happens is, I mean, and I've been reading like people kind of throwing around some theories. No. What if Cody?
Don't be telling us what to do. Sorry.
I mean,
like what?
What if? I mean, Cody. I don't think Cody should win. It almost kind of feels like Cody's going to lose every big match he's in
1,000%
for a while.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
And we're going to do like his version of Hard Times.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I don't know about that.
I don't think he's going to beat Brock.
No.
That would be even me, someone who's kind of just, I'm like, all right, Brock's going to come in and do 4 Brock moves and then win. I'm kind of like, I don't think Cody should win that match.
Never. The only person that should win against Brock after Roman won against Brock is Bobby Lashley. That is who should be the next
1,000%.
100%.
That is the person they're lining up to feed the Roman, though. Like that.
That makes sense.
That's the person.
I am so sad that they're gonna feed him to Roman because as soon as I saw Lashley
I don't think so, though.
You know, you think Bobby Lashley is going to dethrone Roman Reigns?
I think it's the only logical person that would make sense. It would make sense.
I would love that.
No way.
It would make sense.
No way.
Whether or not it's going to happen is something completely different. It would make sense.
I mean, I could make anything make sense.
Cody doesn't make sense.
It does make sense.
No,
why? It does make sense.
Why?
Because
He's the American Nightmare.
Okay. You don't even look like a nightmare.
That tattoo does.
That sounds like.
Remember when he had a big
nightmare? Nobody's scared of him.
Remember when they built up that match with MJF and it was like everyone was excited to see it, and then he came out with that tattoo and no one could pay attention to the match?
Oh my god!
The funny part is I don't remember the match, but I remember him like
at all
doing this, and like everybody's like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, you and I watched that together. I'm like, "What?
Exactly? Yeah,
is that real?"
That's what we all kept saying. We're like, "No, he doesn't have." No, he didn't.
Yeah, we see it every week now.
No,
it's like it sticks out like a sore thumb.
But also, I mean, hey, it's a moneymaker.
Is it?
Yeah. You was at Mania. You see all those American Nightmare hoodies that we was at SmackDown and Hall of Fame, and I just kept looking around. I've never seen so many grown men wear a sweatsuit by a wrestler if it's not in JPW.
Really?
Everybody had that Roman Reigns. I mean that Nightmare, American Nightmare blue zip up hoodie with the sweats on. I literally thought it was like, oh, are they part of the Nightmare family? Like, is this family? Am I sitting in this section? But no, it was just them, like all there,
just hanging.
Really?
Just hanging.
I didn't see that.
It was.
I saw the t-shirts, but I didn't see that.
Oh, it was a huge. Like that's why. The reaction got what it got at Mania, right? Like people were like, "Oh,
it was undeniable." It was. I'm never gonna lie about that. It was undeniable.
Yeah. So he's definitely a merch killer for sure. But that tattoo is getting a lot of money for both sides of the coin.
I mean, so we were talking about, well, if it's not going to be Cody and it shouldn't be Seth who wins the new what do you guys think of how that looks? Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I know a lot of people were like, this is what an abomination of a title. And I was like,
oh, I like it.
Doesn't look that bad.
It doesn't look bad at all, but it was giving me slightly AEW vibes.
It was giving me WCW.
So Cody will win it.
Like the big, and then somebody said, "Oh, it's giving big gold belt vibes." Yeah, it actually is.
It's big gold belt with like the World Collide logo in the middle of it. Like that's exactly what it is. And I was like, "Damn, you guys could have came up with something,
Or they could have just not added another title and just had Roman.
Yeah.
Because literally, if Roman's if he roams from show to show, you can still do Lashley versus him. You can still do AJ versus him. You can still do these matches.
Was a banger back in the
day. But the issue with that, right? Like you can't headline a show right now, right? On Loop's house shows without a champion, without a world title. That's how they look at it. It needs to have prestige, like. Right now in Paris, their world champion Roman Reigns is not there. Roman Reigns is also not at SmackDown. Like, so you need to be able to have these two champions be able to anchor things if business is up. Right. But then if you're going from show to show and you're like, hey, Roman's going to be on Raw tonight, and then Roman 2 weeks later, Roman's going to be on SmackDown. Oh, then I shouldn't watch Raw. Because what do they have to fight for? What's the MacGuffin for them? Like, what is Cody Rhodes without Cody Rhodes? Scratch that, Cody Rhodes without without Roman Reigns. Who is Seth Rollins going to fight if Cody Rhodes is busy? He already ran through Austin Theory, or Bobby Lashley is now on SmackDown, or like, what does he have to fight for? What does he have to win? Like, what is that? I mean, it challenges writers to be more creative, but also you don't have anything to fall back on. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's what wrestling is. It's like when we don't have anything creative, let's fall back on a title. And business is hot. We need a title to fall back on, guys. And that's where we're at. That's where we're at right now. And
if you want somebody new, who would you pick? New. Mine's not really new, but I'll let you guys go first.
Mello.
Oh,
damn.
Mello.
So we're stripping NXT of all of its titles.
Yep.
We're gonna have 17 NXT title tournaments, and everyone's gonna get the call.
I watch NXT pretty faithfully, and NXT is already in this rebuild phase of they've been introducing new people, and the old NXT 2.0 guard is ready to go anyway. So
did he get called up?
No, but I'm sure I highly doubt that he's gonna be sitting there on Monday and not get his name called.
Really? You think?
I think so.
I would have thought he would have gotten drafted already.
It was night one, so that is different. They have different pools, right? So the NXT has different pools for each night. So now this night, I'm sure Braun Breaker will be in there. I'm sure Jade will be in there, and I'm sure like Mello is going to be in there.
I don't think Braun Breaker is ready, but that's just me.
Yeah,
right?
I think Braun Breaker is ready for. I think Braun Breaker is ready for a great tag team on the main roster. I keep saying put him with Madcap Moss and have them be Steiner Brothers 2.0 and let them run.
Bring Rick.
Oh, I think it'd be. Said bring who?
Rick.
I said, you could bring Rick to manage them.
Oh yeah.
Probably shouldn't be running that Steiner Brothers name around right now.
Yeah. We want that. But yeah, that's mine. Mello.
Gunther.
What you got?
Gunther.
Mm-hmm. So I would also say Gunther, but there's somebody that was a champion for a literal day, and it seems like they've been trying to just scratch and claw their way back to the top. Finn Balor. I think Finn, we tried it and he got hurt, and then we never tried it again.
Well, he lost against Edge. It was the most stupid.
Well, that match
decision.
Was not great.
I thought it was good until and not even the injury. Even after that, why is Finn Balor losing to Edge? Why?
I don't know.
I didn't like that.
Why? It makes no sense.
I didn't like that when I was in the building. I did not like that. I was like, wait.
I
mean, night 2, let's just face it, was an absolute disaster.
And why is he in the draft? Anyway.
I was gonna say unless Edge
is on SmackDown.
He got drafted to SmackDown. Yeah. So. Cameron Grimes does need to get drafted.
I've heard he's been ready
for a while.
Yeah, he had a dark match and he put on he's jacked.
Yeah.
Cameron Grimes is that if you remember Cameron Grimes coming in, he's typical indie,
had nothing else to do.
Yeah, right. And now he's jacked. I think he cut his hair.
He cut his hair.
It's not as long as it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not as long as it is. But the gimmick is money made. I thought JBL and him and Corbin that's a money gimmick.
Oh my god,
that's a money gimmick.
That would be great.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think Cameron Grimes could definitely get drafted, and I think Raw is going to be the new playground for a lot of these NXT players. It's going to be what 205 used to be in that.
Well, the Way is probably all going to be on there. 3/4 of them are already there.
They are
great.
I'm excited. I'm an Indy Hartwell fan. Mimi, I don't like your face when you talk about speak about. I don't like that.
But I think Finn. I think let's roll the dice with Finn. Let's see what's going on.
Finn lost to the Tribal Chief.
But
who hasn't lost to the Tribal Chief?
Lashley.
Gunther.
And
Lashley.
Oh my god.
Lashley was a technicality. Did they go against? It was a triple threat. So
the next thing, before I know you have to go soon, Mimi. So before you go, I wanted to bring up the topic of a girl made her debut in Impact, and what a debut she made. So shout out to Trinity. She had her whole. They gave her the black light treatment.
That's right.
The whole
she
glow.
Came up with that, so she should be able to use it.
That's
wherever
right.
the hell she wants to.
Exactly. And this picture was taken, only by Monet. That's just my face every time I say that.
Can I just say we should all only hope to have a friendship like theirs in our lives.
Yeah.
Isn't that great? I just love it.
Like that. Yes.
Yeah. Just showing up.
That's how friendship should be. You show up for each other.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Non-stop.
My boys showed up for me in LA.
I was there.
Where were you, JP?
It was the brunch. It was
Which what thing did I miss?
It was the brunch. It was the brunch.
Oh, the brunch.
Okay.
What the hell was I doing?
I think you had the long night the night before.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't.
It's fine. No, I'm joking. I'm so joking. No, but we gotta stay lit for each other all the time. But I am so happy for her.
Yes.
From my understanding, this division is one of the best divisions out there, and I will put my money where my mouth is, because if I say that I'm her fan, then that means if they're in the area, if Impact ever becomes in the area, I need to pay that. I got to pay that money. You know,
they instantly got my money now for sure.
I just need
you just gotta watch too.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's in my lineup. I don't think they offer it in my lineup. This access, whatever it is, it's not offered in my TV lineup. So the one thing for me is, and this is the reason why I wasn't part of Black and Gold in the beginning, is is an extra step for me to log on to something to go find programming. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
And if I got to do it every week, it's just so much wrestling already. And half the time I miss some of the wrestling because I'm just like, I can't. You know what I mean? And so
I hear that.
I would love for them to come back on a main primetime channel soon. But so before that can happen, we need to bring it up.
So I gotta ask you, Mimi, if they show up on Wednesdays, are you gonna watch?
Probably 9 times out of 10, yes.
Yeah, all right. Let's go. That'll get you to watch that show, huh? Let's go.
Wait. What show you talking about? Impact?
I said Wednesdays. I said if they show up on
Impact,
Wednesday nights. No,
Impact shows up on Wednesday nights, yes.
If Trinity and Mercedes pop up on Wednesday night
on Impact,
Dynamite.
Yes. On Impact, yes. On Impact, yes.
On Dynamite, Wednesday nights, TBS, or I'm sorry, Saturday nights on TNT.
They won't go.
I'm so tired.
With CM
They're
Punk.
not going to the ghetto. You know how many times I've reset my AEW rewatch? I've reset so many times.
It's the most hilarious Twitter follow watch, guys. Please make sure you follow her on Twitter.
It's the only thing I watch live, and I don't know why.
I have no room anymore. I cannot do it anymore.
Well, look, you have to make room, because Saturday they have a 2-hour show called Collision.
Is it 2 hours?
That they're gonna make a brand split with. Yes.
What?
And yeah, they're gonna have a brand split. They're gonna have it's gonna be CM Punk, FTR, Chris Jericho, and the JAS and them, and a couple other people, and then it's gonna be the Elite and all the other people.
Because he can't get along with his coworkers, so now they're splitting a show.
Can you imagine working at a place and having that much clout?
What?
Being an employee,
you must be a draw. You must be a draw. You must be a money.
I don't believe it. I say it all the time.
Printing money.
I don't believe it. I don't believe that he's a draw.
But the numbers have been down since he has been gone. Their numbers have been down.
Okay. And whose fault is it that he's gone? It's his fault that he's gone.
I mean, it is, but it's also the boss's fault for creating an environment that allows those things to happen. I mean, he did sit there, like, look, I don't want to get into this. Like, he
couldn't have been like,
yo,
any
I need you to
you stop.
Any one of us, if I'm going off like that, somebody's gonna, hey, yo, chill.
Fired.
Like, relax. That's what not even that. He actually told him, I got this.
No, don't
tell.
Yeah, he did. He sunned him. He sunned
I got
him on
this.
camera.
Yo, come
and
on,
now
man.
you send him again by creating a whole show around him on Saturday, by the way. As the summer is coming up, who's watching wrestling on Saturday in real time?
They're trying to bring back Saturday night's main event.
Ain't nobody watching wrestling on Saturday. We outside.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm really outside. Yeah, that's real. We outside this summer, baby.
I don't even watch anything from Japan live anymore. I just don't. It's too much.
It is. And I try too. I try. I set my alarm. I get up. But I choose sleep. I always choose sleep.
I get up.
I try it.
Set
and I'm
my
like,
alarm,
nah, this sleep feels too good. I can't do it. I'll put it on, let it run. 5 minutes later, I am snoring. Okay.
Well, before I know you have to go soon, before we get out of here, guys, I just want to ask the chat, who do you think? 2 questions. 1, who do you think would be the number 1 pick on Monday night? And 2nd, who will be the surprise draft? Rather it's from NXT, rather it's from, I don't know, a free agent get drafted. Maybe I don't know how those rules go anymore. Please put it in the chat so we can discuss. But Pingle.
All right, you want who I think number 1's going to be?
Who's going to be? Yeah, who's going to be the number 1 pick?
It's going to be Seth Rollins.
Think so?
And then my surprise.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know how far along he is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Big E.
That's a great surprise.
I would love
I think it would actually be more of a surprise if New Day gets drafted. They come out on stage, just Kofi and Xavier, but then Big E joins.
Oh, that would make me cry.
That's the surprise.
Yeah,
that would make me cry.
I was literally about to say that. I was like, yeah, that would make me tear up.
I don't like I said, I have no idea how far along he is. I would rather him just be a healthy human being than get back in the ring. But I do miss Big E.
That's your champion. That's your champion right there. Big E.
If he's healthy. That's all.
If he's healthy.
That would be great though.
I love that. I love that. I think the number 1 draft.
Jesus Christ.
No. Could you imagine?
This will never happen.
Never
happen.
And then throws them both off the stage.
There is no more stage.
I would cry for that too.
There is no more stage.
Yeah. Roll them down.
He just rolls them down the ramp. I don't know.
I think number 1 draft will likely be and surprise the Usos.
Damn.
And I think that once that happens, it means absolutely nothing for the brand split. I think Solo is going to harass them. Okay. But I feel that that's another thing that's going to because it broke my heart when Jay was going against Roman because of family, right? And the thing about WWE, when they do get into a good storyline, like, yo, they got you invested. And as a mother, I was like, no, y'all cousins, y'all a family. Y'all can't do this. Y'all.
They was bringing up the football pictures. No, he always like this. He always like this ever since we was kids.
Yo,
I know that feeling,
this because my son and his cousin are like that. Like,
yeah.
It's like he lives in Atlanta. Justin lives here, but whenever they see each other, it's like it wasn't a day that they miss. It's the most bizarre relationship ever, right? And so I'm like, why is this happening? Now they're working together. They're actually working together, right? So it's like you grew up together, you played ball together, you still went to separate colleges and play ball, but you still end up working in the same place together. Like y'all are joint at the hips.
Yeah.
And now y'all fighting against each other, right? And so when you've got parents and people that are invested in that have those emotions, that have those sentiments for family, storylines like this hit hard. So now I'm like, oh my God, is Solo going to turn on his brothers? And I'm like, my heart can't take it. Oh my God, my heart can't take it. But I think this brand split is it's only temporary, because we've seen what they've done with the brand splits before, and I think it's just going to add another layer to stories. I think it was funny that Bailey was like goodbye to Bianca, and then she got drafted to SmackDown. So her tweet aged really, really well. So it's like, I think this is just adding to what's to come, and I'm just hoping that we continue to be entertained.
Yeah,
that's my spiel.
I think that's a good one. That the brand means nothing for the brand split. Yeah, I think the bloodline is far levels beyond the whatever the WWE universe and just the continuity. It's beyond that. It doesn't sit on that plane. It's above it. It carries that actual plane. Actually, it's like holding it up. It's deadlifting it, to be honest with you. So, I think the Usos, that's a great pick. I mean, of course, I think my thought was I just want, for pure chaos reasons, the first pick to be Austin Theory. I could see that too. I love just the pure hatred he brings.
Chaotic.
I love that. I love it. Like, and he needs that, because he could say, not only did I beat John Cena at WrestleMania, I was the number one pick on Monday Night Raw. Like, it's beautiful. Night two. Semantics. He doesn't care. He'll probably fumble that in the promo just the same. Hey, I love it.
You said it.
My surprise will be, and my want will be Grayson Waller. I really think think the Australian Pat McAfee is really ready to make some money on the main roster. I really want Pat McAfee to get drafted out of nowhere, just because
just so Michael Cole loses his mind, because that's always my favorite thing.
What? I didn't know he's getting drafted. But I really think I like Grayson Waller and the trajectory that he has as far as just being a heel, and really he's one of those I'm not afraid to go there type. And it's beautiful to see. If we talk about what MJF is in AEW, I feel like Grayson Waller is the perfect comp to that what could be in the WWE umbrella. Plus with the reality based experience he has outside of the ring, with him being on reality Australian Survivor, I think it was, or something like that.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so he had a big following, like a big social following before he came in. And the dude is money. So him, I already think Melo's getting drafted, but I think Grayson Waller is the guy, and then we have Austin Theory at number 1 draft pick.
Do you think Pretty Deadly gets drafted?
Absolutely. And they better. Like, we talk about tag divisions, we talk about building characters. Like, they prove that they
them versus the Usos is just like a match I immediately need to see, because it'd be basically like when what were they called? Fandango and
and Breeze. Yeah, when they was doing the dress,
the fashion police and all that. Yes.
Yeah, it kind of be like revisiting that a little bit, just in the people grounded in reality and the people who don't know what reality is.
Right.
They have like that's what I'm saying. Like, NXT has so much talent now that they can move up to the main roster. These characters that are locked, set, and built. I know we don't have enough time to talk about NXT, because we could talk about Tyler Bate potentially turning heel, which I think is about to happen. We could talk. We could talk about all just the star building they're really doing down there. That's going to easily transfer to the main roster. And Pretty Deadly, that's one. They have to. They proved it against the New Day. They got the chops, and them on a mic against anybody, and them in promos and them in segments. Come on, man. Put them guys at number 1. But that's all I got for today, guys. Mimi, thank you so much for joining us. Please tell the lovely people where they could find you, where they could listen to Turntable Talk, where they could listen to Black Wrestling Pod, where they could support any and all endeavors that you're doing.
This is the part of the show that I hate, right?
I'm the same, but now you tell us.
Oh, wow.
Y'all can watch me. Y'all can watch us, Black Wrestling, on all social media, blackwrestling.com for all of our content. Black Wrestling on all social media. I am Mimi Shells on Twitter. It's Mimi Shells on Instagram, and Turnbuckle Talk is on Tuesdays at 6:45 or 6:35 p.m. Eastern Time.
Oh, so 6:30. Yeah, see, I said 6:40, 3:45. I thought it was 3:45.
Isn't that around the same time you? No, that would be 8.
I said 4. I said 3. It's the same time for you.
Yeah.
Yes. Time zones. They're stupid. Everybody should just be on West Coast time.
Yeah.
Pingle. You want to tell the people where they could go support you and throw peanuts at you?
Well, hopefully you will not be able to find me at the nearest hospital after playing all these softball games because holy hell, I don't know if I can do this anymore. But you can find me on Twitter at JP Thrice. You can find me on Instagram at JP Thrice, twitch.tv/JP Thrice. I think that's it. I feel like I was gonna say something else, but I can't remember. That's pretty much it.
And guys, you can find me at Stay Fly Life on everything. Shout out to the photography in the back that was done by boy at a Beyonce concert. And shout out to some pictures that I'm gonna start shooting for wrestlers. I need to get back into my photography bag to
let's go
add a different layer to things,
Yeah.
But yes, and just make sure you follow me and we'll get together and we're gonna go and cheer Pingle on, and then we're gonna throw peanuts at him. It's gonna be a whole fun time. Hopefully, he's playing first base. Are you a first base guy? Or you,
I wanted to play first. I played first a little bit today, and then outfield. But I think we got somebody that's gonna be bogarting first base. So wherever they want to put me is fine, and probably better off because I don't pass out in the outfield.
Do I need a Tanya Hardy in?
No. He's very nice. I met everyone today.
Are you sure? You said, are you sure? Yeah.
Just saying. We're still live. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, guys. Guys, make sure you follow us at THS.wrestling on Instagram. You can follow us at that hashtag show TV on YouTube. If you're watching us there on Facebook, it's that hashtag show. What, Pingle?
You want me to do it?
Yeah, sure, please. Because
okay, so it's facebook.com/THS Wrestling News, youtube.com/that hashtag show TV, twitch.tv/that hashtag show, and instagram.com/THS.wrestling. But
because all the other ones were taken.
Yeah, they were.
Don't you hate that?
I hate it. It's awful. But most importantly, that hashtagshow.com for everything trending in geek pop culture. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Shoulder is on fire.
Just remember,
we up.
We up.